They say money brings the best out of some people and the worst out of others. I mind my business, I make my money, and I enjoy seeing people succeeding in every aspect of life. But what do you do when uninvited guests show up? Do you let them inside, or do you let them watch you live your best fucking life on the other side of that door? But don't answer that just yet, because I'm just getting started. I started like most people, searching YouTube University looking for a way to make more money. Prior to that, I was running a very successful media company, all while servicing a huge clientele in the beauty and barber industry. As you can see, I've never been afraid to take risks and go against the grain. And can you believe while doing these things, I still had the audacity to pursue a career as a music producer, as if the media company and running a shop wasn't enough. I'm what most call a serial entrepreneur that will become wealthy or die trying. In my mind, it has to work or it has to work. There is no in between. January 2021, I started taking my research serious. I saw a few videos on trucking here and there, but not many of them grabbed my attention. As I scrolled through YouTube, I saw one video in particular that stood out. The title read, "Box Truck Owner Operator Makes 20K First Month in Business" by Demetrius B., aka the Box Truck Prince. As I did further digging, it appeared I didn't need a commercial driver's license to do this. I watched a few more videos where Demetrius would do these postal runs for Amazon. It didn't look like hard work at all. I started to get excited.
Literally, it's like you unlock a superpower every time you buy a truck. That's what it feels like. It feels like you unlock a superpower.
This led me to another channel as I started doing more research on Amazon Relay. Kobe Pegway's video popped up showing his payment screenshots. I also landed on David McGill's videos on a little deeper education on trucking information. Big shout out to all of these guys before me that helped plant the seed for my journey in the box truck business. My research was underway, and I now had enough information to launch my trucking business. I applied for my authority and set my wheels in motion. I started counting my days to find my truck. At the time, the Facebook Marketplace became my best friend. The search was on. I knew the application was a 21 business day process. Even if I had the truck, I couldn't make any money until 21 days with active commercial insurance and the truck. But then I found her in Orlando, Florida. I cannot explain how nervous and excited I was all at the same time. This was my first time driving a box truck. I'd driven a U-Haul before, but not this size. And just when I thought all of the stars were aligning perfectly for me, tragedy hit my family. Some of you may not know that on the day my authority officially went active, I had to bury my little brother back home in Bridgeport, Connecticut. I didn't realize how much strength I had in me to be able to assemble and edit his homegoing service video, and on top of that, give my speech at his funeral. One of the absolute worst days of my life. My first ugly box truck. 500,000 miles with one hell of an engine. Hey, I know what you're saying. 500,000 miles on the Dash Vic? It's a truck, not a Mercedes-Benz, my friend. Plus, what can I say? I'm a risk taker. February 24th, I got the email I had been waiting for. I could officially start moving freight for Amazon Relay. This email came at a time when I really needed to be lifted up in spirit. I had just taken a big leap of faith and was determined to give this everything I had and then some. I had to remind myself that I had people counting on me now and in the future, so I had to show up. I immediately started booking loads from my domicile in Columbia, South Carolina, to Atlanta, Georgia, to Raleigh, North Carolina, Savannah, Georgia, mostly Amazon to Amazon loads. Amazon posts loads in military time, so I kept a screenshot clock on my phone just to familiarize myself when booking my loads. This wasn't my territory, but I got the hang of it pretty quickly. This was all foreign land to me. From the barber seat to the owner-operator seat, this was a complete shift for me. but I jumped in that seat and haven't looked back since. 5 months into business, it was time to increase the fleet. I flew out to Laverne, Tennessee to purchase another truck. With a new truck on deck, I hit the ground running and began training a new driver on running Amazon loads in my first unit. Everything was flowing like water. All of the signs were pointing in the direction of hitting my first six-figure income. But what really baffled me was, of all of the truck talk I'd ever heard about previously, it was only geared toward obtaining my CDL and becoming a company driver. I'd never really heard about this side of trucking. This was a game changer for me, and so I had to start documenting my journey. This part of the game I was very familiar with. I'd already directed well over 100 or more paid and solo projects. While planning my content strategy, I mistakenly booked a 53-footer load on the Relay portal that smashed my Amazon performance score in half. I was forced to try my hand at going over the road for 1 week. So I loaded up my best camera gear, a week worth of clothing, and set out on my mission. I made more money in that 1 week than I ever did doing anything legal, outside of record label advances and royalty payouts. It felt like someone had opened up a bank safe and said, take as much as you can, and when you're done, come back tomorrow, there'll be more here waiting for you. In my first 6 months, I'd learned so much about being an owner-operator, from moving regional running Amazon relay freight to taking loads over the road. I literally threw myself in the game and learned as I made income. While the success of my YouTube presence began to increase, the amount of questions and DMs started becoming overwhelming. When you get hundreds of questions coming at you per day, you should be turning that into a paid service to weed out folks that are there to just waste your time. That is the one precious commodity that we can never get back. This prompted me to open up my consultation service. So many people would ask if I had a blueprint of sort to teach them what they needed to know to grow a box truck business on these calls. You see, one of the first business principles of getting rich in this country is to find problems and become the solution to help solve them. Immediately, I went to work on creating a solution that could give people the steps to start building their box truck business. While OTR, I started building the foundation to creating the six-figure box truck blueprint masterclass. With this amount of attention and influence, you can rest assured that it doesn't come without a handful of trolls and people raising their hands to join my block party. And trust me when I tell you, they came from every nook and cranny of YouTube's algorithm. When you're on your journey to freedom, it doesn't come without a few light speed bumps that you just run over and keep rolling. You have to realize how important you become to some of these people who allow you to live rent-free in their heads, which I come to find rather hilarious. To date, I've consulted just over 200 individuals and families, coached and mentored hundreds of students that are building incredible businesses and continuously sending me thank you messages or calls for putting my barber clippers down and being a light for them to start their trucking journeys. Miles Monroe said, the more valuable you make yourself, the more value you attract. Ronald Osborne said, unless you try to do something beyond what you have already mastered, you will never grow. Jobs fill your pocket, but adventures fill your soul. To travel is to live. Do not let anyone or anything get in the way of your travel or growth journey. I'm willing to pay the price to be better than I was yesterday. I'm willing to sacrifice long nights or even longer days to surround myself around people that think forward, people that celebrate others' wins.
Y'all delaying y'all success because y'all gotta think too much.
When you sit with winners, the conversation is always different. Whatever entertains you, trains you.
Smoking and grilling with AB.
Hey, Bizzle. Yo.
Y'all see it? Y'all see it?
You can't do epic things with basic people. Let go of the people who dull your shine, poison your spirit, and bring you drama. Cancel your subscriptions to their issues. Steve Maraboli.
Man, like Bigg Vic, you know what I'm saying? I look at Bigg Vic like an OG in the game, like a godfather of all the, you know what I'm saying, as far as the YouTube and everything like that with the box truck. So I know he know plenty game, you know what I'm saying?
In the streets today, my driver booked the load. I had to cover it for him. He said he didn't have his glasses on. So I ain't trying to mess up my Amazon score, so I had to come out here and get this daytime postal route real quick. You already know we out here getting this cheese.
From day one, I took all-out massive action. I didn't jump on the box truck wave talking about anything I wasn't doing. I wasn't trying to be the top creator in box trucking. I only wanted to show my perspective and document what was working for me in my business. Whatever I touch, I aim to be one of the best, if not the best, doing it. In every sport, you have competitors that seek to get their title shot. Most of them have to reach miles and miles for the champ to even hear their whispers. For some people who've probably never had any popularity in life or on social media, a few followers will make them feel like King Kong.
King Kong ain't got shit on me!
It becomes addictive to them. They will start making up strange stories in their head just to get more attention from people that could care less about them in real life. I was put here to change lives and move people to action. Subs come and go on YouTube. Unless they do some type of real transaction outside of watching free content, I can't take them too serious. Thanks to the platform, I've been blessed to have built some amazing relationships and partnerships that will carry me further into my calling after box trucking no longer becomes my main focus. At the end of the day, I was able to take an ugly box truck, some ambition, and pair that with the right YouTube content, and it changed my life. Thank you for being a part of my journey to freedom.